Hi, everyone, and welcome to our Hangout. We have a special treat tonight because we have a guest. His name is Scott Slateff, and he's a marketer that I know since a number of years back, so it's really a big treat to have him come on to our Hangout. And my name is Sanna Hellström, and I'm from Stockholm, Sweden. And on the panel, we have, let's see.
You're breaking up, Sanna. Can you say that again?
Yes, and I'm hearing myself double. Something's going on here.
We can hear you fine. Just close the YouTube window or the Hangout window. Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Yes. Okay. I was hearing myself. I hear myself double. That's very, very strange. Okay.
You sound good to us.
Yep, you're good, Sanna.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So we're having. So I'm here with John Alfredson and Denise and Christoph from Norway. He's also from Sweden. I think someone would have to sort of take over because I can't hear what I'm saying.
You want to take over, John?
All right, I'll take over for a little bit. Yeah, my name is John Alfredson. I live in Los Angeles, California right now. I'm from Sweden. I've been an online marketer for 6 years, and I moved to California 4 years ago, and that's when I went full-time with my online business. And my background is in engineering. I have a PhD in electrical engineering from Sweden, but then I decided that I didn't want to work in that arena because it was too time-consuming and I didn't enjoy it fully, so I wanted more freedom, so I started working online. And what we're going to talk about tonight here, something really incredible, something that I've never seen before in my entire career online, and it's I believe it's never been done before either, but it's definitely something that you want to pay attention to because it's going to be so huge. It's already huge, but it's going to be so much bigger. So I don't want to mention anything more about it right now, but we're going to get into it a little bit. So I want to introduce the other people here that are on as well. Krister, start with you.
Yes, I'm Krister Hero. I'm from Norway. I live in Norway, but I'm from Sweden. I lived in Norway for about 14 years. I've known June and some of the other people here on the panel for quite a few years now, and I just have to agree with you, and I'm very excited to be here, and I'm very excited to what we have in front of us from now on. It's going to be a quite fantastic future now with this, and well, I'm not going to spoil the curiosity here, but I'm just excited to be here, and I know for sure that we're in the right place at the right time with the right people, so just sit back and take some notes on this.
Yeah, and then we have Denise as well. You can introduce yourself a little bit.
Yes, hi, my name is Denise Jacino, and originally from New York, I now live in South Florida. My background is in accounting, business systems, and consulting businesses. I've been online for about 4 years now, and it's been a roller coaster of learning and applying, but I've never seen anything quite like this myself, and I'm just super excited about it. John was the one that introduced me to this. Like you, Scott, you mentioned, I was a little reluctant and I kept asking him for more and more information. It took a couple of weeks for me to finally say, okay, now it all makes sense and it's a fabulous opportunity and I'm in. So, and now, we have 2 SDs in the house and a couple of TCs here. And we're moving very fast for only being in it a month. At least for me, it's only been a month.
Yeah, it's indeed. We have only been, most of us have only been in this for a month in this project, and so let me get over to our guest here, Scott Sladev. How do you pronounce your last name? Sladev?
Yeah, it's close. It's actually Zlatev.
Sladev. Okay. Yeah, I've been following you for a couple of years, 3 years maybe online since we started our last opportunity. I came across you. We were in the same program for a few years, and I've learned a few good things from you too. I've been on a lot of your trainings before, so I know your story goes back to, well, quite a long time ago. So you can. I just want to. This is about creating wealth. This hangout. So, you have really managed to break free from corporate America and all that. But I'm not gonna take away from your story. I'm just gonna let you tell your story yourself. So.
Sure. Well, thanks, John. I just want to say first off for everybody on here, what Santa experienced is very typical, and this is one of the main reasons why I absolutely love what we're actually going to get into, because you don't have to worry about some of these technical challenges that a lot of times we have. I mean, I've been doing Hangouts for years now, and there's always something that happens when you're doing any type of Hangout, and it's a scramble to try to make it work, and then all of a sudden you think that it works, then something else goes wrong, and that's basically what happens. But yeah, my story is, I've actually, a lot of people know that I've kind of been online for about 5 years, and one of the main reasons why a lot of people know that is because that little girl right up there, that's my daughter. She's now 5 years old, and I actually came online when she was 3 months old. And the fascinating thing is, a lot of people don't realize is that I had previous 10 years of experience offline, struggling in traditional network marketing. I'm sorry. People calling. I'll turn my phone off. Sorry about that. And I started out, doing the friends and family thing, approaching everybody that I knew, trying to convince them to buy something that they really didn't need or want to buy, and just struggling like crazy. It was a health deal, and I did fitness. I actually went to a gym so that I could, sign up and sell a bunch of health products to fitness people. Well, I ended up just getting into really good shape. I didn't make any money. I just spent money. And so that basically, for the last 10 years, for that 10-year period, was a bunch of struggle and trying to figure stuff out. And finally, there's at one point I was just like, I was sick of my job. I'd been working as a graphic designer for about 12 years. And I had no life. I had no time. I got two weeks paid vacation, and I had to schedule it out 2 months in advance. And if there was something that came up, I remember I actually scheduled a vacation to, I forgot where I was going to go. I think I was going to go. I wasn't even going to be like this major event or anything. I think I was just going to go down to Portland to visit my brother for like a week, and he told me that I couldn't go. I mean, right up to that point, it was like a week before, and he said, "No, I'm sorry, you can't go." And when stuff like that happens, it's like it just weighs on you, and it's like, God, I'm just a slave to this job, but I need the job because I need to pay my bills. And so that just fueled the fire to want to create sustainable income where I don't have to be present in the process. And I tried so many different ways. I even tried like vending machines. I tried real estate, and I really sucked at that. I tried a lot of different things on the side of my day job, but most of them were just extremely time consuming. And they cost a lot of money usually to get started in them, and the amount of money you made back just, it wasn't there. So I was like, okay, well, finally, I understood that, network marketing and basically building a residual type of income where you're actually leveraging the efforts of other people and building a team was the best way to do this. I mean, because I didn't have millions of dollars to, invest in any type of franchise or anything like that. So I thought, well, obviously there's something that I'm doing wrong to, when I'm approaching people offline. And so I said, well, how could I get people to come to me? Now there was a little bit better question, was how could I get people to come to me? So I started doing some research online, and I learned about internet marketing and how you can leverage the internet to bring a message and get people to come into you to learn about what you have to offer, things like that, and then be able to sell them products that they're actually already searching for. So I learned if I could get a person where they're ready to buy something and insert myself right before they're ready to buy, then all of a sudden they buy now, they buy often, and they're actually getting what they searched for in the first place. So I no longer had to convince them. So I learned all this by finding a mentor and plugging into a team that was teaching this. So what ended up happening is I kind of struggled a little bit because there was a massive learning curve, huge learning curve when it comes to the internet, and but I'm just stubborn, so I just make it happen, and I don't care what I had to do. I wanted to learn how to do this, so I spent a ton of money that I really didn't have because when I first started online, like I said, my daughter was 3 months old. Well, I was down to $35 left in my bank account when I made the decision to come online, and I can remember it to this day. I was basically flat broke, looking at my bank account. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and my whole body just collapsed. And I just buried my head in my hands, and I just bawled because I had no clue on what I was going to do. And it was at that point that I made a decision that something had to change, and I knew that I had to change the direction of what I was doing, and so that's basically what really started that journey. Because when you're down flat broke, you only have one place to go, and that's either further down or you got to go up. So I did whatever I had to do. I mean, I sold an old pickup truck that I had for years that I just used for hauling garbage. I sold a motorcycle that I worked my tail off for. I sold just tons of things in order to buy the products and the services and everything that I needed to buy to be able to start an online business. And then I maxed out credit cards. I just did a ton of stuff. And then what happened was I had a huge breakthrough. I learned and understood about timing, especially with the internet. Timing is critical. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. I've had so many wins in my favor because I got involved at the right place at the right time with the right opportunity when the market desperately needed it. Okay, and unfortunately, most people who are new they don't have the vision to see the market the way that more experienced people do. They don't see what a lot of people struggle with. So they can't see where the gaps in the market, where the market is. But by this time I had been, like a year and a half into my internet career, and I had some success. I had some good trainings going. I made some money, and the problem, one of the major problems, was that nobody else could duplicate what I was doing. And I'll actually kind of continue with that in a second. But when I finally got involved with the right offer at the right time when it was desperately needed, I made over $1,000 in my first day, and I was just like, whoa! Yeah, I mean, struggling for so long, and over a decade offline, failing and coming online and struggling, grinding, and all of a sudden making over $1,000 in a single day, and then it just kept increasing. I was able to pay cash for a Mercedes, replace my piece of crap car that was so bad. I literally, I kid you not, guys. I replaced my car in like 4 months, and this car was so bad that I actually had to, so that if it didn't start up, I could pop the clutch to get it going. Oh my gosh! And I couldn't even get into the driver's side door, so I was getting groceries, and so I'd have to open up the passenger side door, reach in, and open up the driver's side door from the inside. So embarrassing out in public. But you know, I just didn't. You know, it was an older car. I didn't quite have the money to get it fixed. And so replacing that car was awesome, and you know, I got a really good deal on a Mercedes, and I never had one before, and I thought, you know, I deserve this, and you know, everybody deserves to have some of those luxury type of items in their life. Is it a necessity? No, but it's fun. You know, we all want to drive fast and look cool, right? So so that went on, and after 6 months, I was then making as much on my part-time business as I was on my full-time job, and I knew it was finally time for me to just, you know, kind of clip the cord on corporate America, so to speak. When I remember I was doing pretty good, and see, now the tables have turned. I didn't need the job anymore, but my mind said, you know, you've always had a job. You need a job, you know. And I remember I was in this basketball tournament, and I pulled my hamstring. And I don't know if you've ever like injured yourself, but it totally consumes your whole mental state. When you injure yourself, you could barely walk. And so it was my hamstring. So sitting in a chair hurt. It hurt so bad just sitting in a chair, and I was so uncomfortable. So as a graphic designer, I'd go to work, and I'd have to sit in a chair all day long. And so I went to work on Monday, and I'm there. I can barely hobble to the bathroom or even get in there. I sit down, and I'm just so uncomfortable. I'm actually sweating. I'm hurting so much. And I get on the intercom with my boss, and I said, you know, I'm really uncomfortable here. I can't. I need to go home and just rest. You know, I can't be here. And he comes back into my office, and he said, so what happened? And I said, well, I told him I injured myself playing basketball, and so I'm a basketball guy. I've always been into sports and all this stuff, and so this is one of my passions. So picture you having a passion that you know, something that you're really, really passionate about, and then having your boss come up to you and say, you know, maybe it's about time you reconsider what you do in your spare time. And I'm like, I had it. I was just like, all right, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. You know, I'm sick of you controlling my life. And so yeah. After 10 months, I finally just said I can't. I'm done, and I quit corporate America. Never looked back since. So now the cool thing was that I was able to do really well with that company. But here was the most frustrating thing. And it's really upsetting, because when you start being able to, you know, do things like you can record a video, you can send out an email, you can, you know, drive traffic to an offer, and you can create income whenever you want to. That's really cool to be able to do. But the most frustrating thing, I could do that, but my teams really could never do that. Because there was so much education that I paid for, that I went through, and I made this a craft. Nobody could duplicate it, and it was so frustrating because nobody else could make money like I could, and until very recently. that's, you know, when I first, you know, I have like multiple different things. I have a system. I'm a system owner. Then I've had other businesses that I've been involved with, and I have other teams that I manage as well. And so I'm very, very busy. Plus, you know, I have my daughter, and I do have a life. I like to work out and stuff like that. So I get approached by my buddy Jason Hall. He said, "Hey Scott, dude, you got to look at this." And I'm like, "Jason, brother, I appreciate you. I love you to death, but I'm way too busy to look at anything right now." And he goes, "Okay, but trust me, you want to look at this." And I said, "Okay, yes, I'll take a look, but you know, I'm not going to have that much time." So I clicked on his link and I watched like, you know, 5 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I already know about that. You know, I've seen that before. That's cool. Yeah, no big deal." I said, "Wish you luck, brother. It's just not for me right now." And he goes, "Okay, you know, do you mind if I give you updates on what's going on?" I said, "Of course, yeah. I want to know how you're doing, you know, because when I get involved with anybody, I care about everybody. I want people to succeed, whether they're with me or not." And so so then so I'm focused on my other deals, and then all of a sudden, one of my other six-figure colleagues says, "Hey Scott, dude, did you see this?" And I click on the link. I'm like, yeah, I've already been approached by that. Yeah, I say, "You doing this too, man?" He's like, yeah, we're doing it. We're building a big team. You should come on board, brother." And I'm like, "Well, you know, if I did, you know, just in all fairness, I'd probably, you know, join with the first person who brought it to my attention. You know, we go way back and all this stuff." So so he's like, "Okay, well, cool. Well, you know, you better join before it gets too big." And I'm like, "Okay, thanks. Appreciate you know, all that stuff." So continue on. This goes on just like this for the next week. 5 top earners came to me, said, "Scott, I want you on my team." And I'm like, "Okay, what's going on? What's the deal? What am I missing here?" And so finally, Jason comes back to me and he says, "Okay, look, I've joined you in the last few deals. We've done really well together, and I've already made you money. You owe me." You know, and so I'm like, Terry, you know, you're pulling on my conscience there. So okay, he goes, "So I want you to watch an entire webinar, and if you don't want to after that, that's cool. But you'll see the big picture and why we're all losing sleep right now, because it's just so monumentally big that your mind just cannot grasp. The average person's mind just cannot compute the amount of numbers that this will produce, and the way that we're actually marketing and the way that we're going about it." And so I was like, okay. So I watch it. I watched one webinar, and I think I started it at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and I was still on the computer at 2 o'clock in the morning watching more webinars, because I was just like, this is crazy, this is insane. Because I saw it, I grasped what it was about and how simple it is. Because the biggest struggle and frustration a lot of marketers have is they don't know what to do. You know, I would always I would send out little forms for my list to you know, I want to know, you know, what do you guys want? What's the biggest questions you have? And all of them, same thing. You know, how to get traffic, how to get traffic, and how to convert them to leads, right? And of course, then there's on the back end, convert the leads to sales. Well, this is how stupidly simple it is to make money here. We have what's called rotators, and now this hasn't officially launched yet, but this is how stupidly simple that it's going to be. Imagine in your mind, if you can, somebody who makes 8 figures, right? They kind of know what they're doing, and you know, a person that makes basically about $100,000 a week, doing what you want to do. If you're, on this Hangout right now and you're wanting to be able to make money online, well, this person makes $100,000 a week, and he left that to do this. That's pretty impressive for starters. But he has specific technologies that will allow you to simply do tasks to get credits and earn credits to be put into what's called a rotator. And if you're not familiar with what a rotator is, basically it's you do task and you get a credit, and one of those credits goes into a rotator, and what happens is the rotator, it's like this. And so as a person is searching here, right? I guess I could write on the whiteboard, but I'm right here. So as a person is searching and they click on a link, it hits one of the links. Well, this could be your link, or this could be your link, or this could be your link. Everybody's in this rotator, okay? So as a person clicks, so every time it clicks, it goes to a new person's link. And so it just rotates like this. And so there's different types of rotators. There's random, and then there's ones that go just through, what's the word? It goes in order. Yeah, it goes. Yeah, it's evenly distributed. Well, what's basically happening with these rotators is they're going to be evenly distributed with the amount of credits that you do. So every time you get a credit, another one goes in. You do another task, another credit goes in. So in these tasks, you guys, I love the way you guys actually named this Hangout, because it is. It's so stupidly simple. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Oh wow, this can literally create fortunes without having to do hardly anything. I've actually got one person that they've got a major business. They don't have time to do any of this stuff, so they're outsourcing their videos. One of the tasks is creating videos, not like this, not like speaking in front of a camera for anybody who's camera shy. We're talking about just typing in and having an animated an animation created. It's really, really stupidly simple. So yes, Wealth for Dummies. This is it doesn't get any easier than this. And the coolest thing is this hasn't even launched. It's actually going to be launching, depending on if you're actually seeing this right now live or seeing the recording, as of November 8th. This is going to be kicking off and it's going to be launched, and it's going to make a big splash because if you can imagine, we're up to about, I think, 6,000 active members of WooCar, and if you can imagine 6,000 people just doing one a day, that's 6,000 people put into Rotator, all driving traffic. And here's the coolest part. See, when I first came online, I learned about SEO, which is search engine optimization. And it's an incredible pain in the ass. I'll just tell you that, flat out. It's a ton of work. It's a pain in the ass unless you got a lot of money to pay the right systems, which I never did, so I had to do all the grunt work. So I was grinding it out. I'd work 40 hours a week at my job, and then I'd work basically 60 hours a week on my business. Obviously, I didn't sleep much. And I was surviving on coffee and no-dos, So that's how you create traffic through SEO. Is a lot of these things called backlinks and all this stuff. And there's also advertising. You can do paid ads, things like that. But a lot of people are broke, so they can't do paid advertising. So it gets to be this big frustrating cycle that most people encounter, and the sad thing is that most people end up quitting before they ever really get started. Most people, the 97%, they end up stopping before they ever see any type of success. Well, I was on this webinar last night, you guys. I don't know if you guys caught the Hangout last night. Every Sunday night there's a success series. Well, Sunday my time. Sunday my time might not be over in Sweden, but there's a success series, and holy cow, seeing single mothers who previously struggled for 9 months, not making very much money at all in her previous opportunity, come on board here and make 5 figures in her first month. I mean, I had tears in my eyes listening to her story because, you know, she's a single mom. She doesn't have time to do all this stuff. You know, I mean, the whole panel was full of people who they never really had success before, and now all of a sudden they're having success. Just in my own team, I'm seeing people that had trouble, you know, 6 months ago trying to sell a product online for $25, and they created their first sale here. That's powerful. To know that you don't have to be a charismatic type speaker, you know, presenter, anything like that. You don't have to be anything. All you have to do is just simply get the word out, and we actually show you how to do that. You know, we have you know, like this is a really good example. You know, we have Hangouts. You get to know the people that you're actually going to be working with, and just sending them a link. Like a lot of times, you know, a lot of people say, you know, well, Scott, I don't have a big list like you do. Well, guys, I don't have a big list like a lot of other marketers do, right? I have a list that was built up a while ago, so they've been kind of beat up for a while, and I haven't really focused on any lead generation. You know where I find most of my people? Facebook. You know, my buddy. I called him up and said, dude, I found out a way that you can get cash back on everything you buy. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, check this out. You know, so it's very, very simple and straightforward, which we haven't even got into all that stuff in. I get to rambling a lot when I usually take over Hangouts. So I'll toss this back over to you guys so you can. You know, I don't know who wants to kind of talk a little bit about, you know, the whole process of Doobly, WooCar, all that stuff. Do you guys want to touch on that at all?
Sure. Sana, are you back now? Do you want to take over, or should I take that?
Yeah, I'm back. No, my internet is really not trustworthy apparently tonight. But I just wanted to throw in basically that. Referring to what you said, Scott, about we've been having a number of hangouts, and basically all the people that have been attending and that I've been talking to, and yes, also some friends from like Facebook. And the interesting thing is that everyone that's seen this project they get interested. It's not saying that everyone jumps on board and they want to like immediately throw the money, you know, get the money and just get in immediately. Everyone wants to think about it, but it's not the usual scam, pyramid, all the objections that you normally get, because people see it and they get it. They see that this is something different. It's not a product. It's not something that it's not trying to convince people of something else. It's been very, very interesting to see that how this is so. I shouldn't say like just easy, but well, it is in a sense, because people see the potential here. That because so many people are in this position where you haven't really had any results. You've been frustrated. You've been struggling. You've been spending money, and you've been so many times. I'm talking for myself, of course, that so many times on the verge of giving up and throwing the computer out the window. And all of a sudden, and I was just about to focus on something completely different. I was just all focused to do a 90-day challenge to New Year's. And this came along, and when I saw it, I just almost fell off my chair. I just realized that I had to just get in. And so it's been such a pleasant experience, considering what I've done before and how difficult it is to, like you say, Scott, for also, even if I make money, how to make your team duplicate and make money. And here everyone can go in and actually just go ahead and start doing it. It's quite amazing. So yeah.
Yeah, and I will add to that, Sana. I like Sana and Scott said, this is something that almost everyone can do. Anybody that basically have a computer can get involved with this. They don't need the internet marketing skills or the sales skills or anything. They just need to be willing to put aside a little bit of their time in order to get some credits to participate in this marketing machine with the rotators that Scott described earlier. And that is something truly incredible. And I haven't even hit my list either. I don't have a big list. I have a list of like 5,000 people, and I haven't really got to that list even yet. And I've created more success in the last 30 days than in any program that I ever been involved with before in my first 30 days period. So, I mean, this is something that's just taking off exponentially very quickly, and something that anyone can do. So, let's talk a little bit more about the Team WooCar. The Team WooCar was created by a guy that is a search engine optimization expert, and Scott explained that a little bit. But search engine optimization is basically getting people visible, or getting sites or pages visible in the first page of Google when people are searching, and that's what he's specialized in. And he is an 8-figure earner, so he's really considered one of the best in the world in that area, and he had a lot of high-end clients. But he decided to drop all that and hand it over to someone else to focus on this project WooCar when he saw this opportunity, basically, because he saw that this can help so many people. It can, helps thousands upon thousands of people to break free from their jobs, just like Scott did in another opportunity. And a lot of people don't like their jobs, and they want more freedom. They want to be able to buy a house or buy a car or go travel a lot more and all that. So this is something that anybody can do by participating with their time and helping out to build out this marketing machine with content. So Matt and his team will build out focus on all the conversion, all that technical stuff that you don't need to know. Just know that you contribute with your time, and you will get customers basically coming in on autopilot that will be attached to you. And what's good with that is the customers, they have a very high customer value to the person that refer them. I went down to an event a few weeks ago down in San Diego with the CEO of this company that we're working with. He's from Denmark, and he had a presentation, and he basically told us that the average customer in this company is worth $200 per year, more than $200 per year for us as affiliates. So that's because the product we're working with is cashback. I think Scott mentioned that. We're going to go into a little bit more into the product. And there's a company named Doobly. And what Doobly offers is a shopping portal where people that can become a member and get cashback in all the stores that are connected to that shopping portal. And currently there are 4,000 stores in the US and over 20,000 stores worldwide is what he said, CEO. And you can earn cashback up to not just the regular like 1, 2, 3% cashback. You can earn up to 15% cashback, and even more in some places, 20% and more. So this is big, not just small stores. It's big name brands like Walmart and Best Buy and Apple, Macy's, Nordstrom's, Target, you name it. Most of them big brand stores are there. So let me go in and show you a little bit about this. Do you have anything to add? You feel free to chime in if you have anything to add to this right now. I'm just going to start showing my screen a little bit. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. No.
Okay, great. So this is the Doobly site, and this is the product that we're working with. So and do the cashback portal. So what's good with Doobly is that it's free to join. So it's not a difficult sale. Basically, people can just sign up for free. As you can see here down, it says sign up for free. And when you click on that, you only need to create a username and submit your email address and create a password. and the country that you're in, and then you have an account and you can start earning cash back. And a lot of people want to save money, especially in this economy, and Doobly has already 11 million customers worldwide, but they're not very big on the US market yet. So that's what their focus is right now, is to break into the US market. And with this internet marketing system that Matt and his team is creating, this is focusing on the US market and bringing in customers to Doobly by using our help, the people that are in the team, and we're helping out with our time. So in return, we're getting customers assigned to us, and the customers, as I said, are worth $200 per customer per year. So that's quite a lot of money. So you don't need, if you do the math, you realize that you don't need a lot of customers to get to $10,000 in a year or $20,000 in a year. That's only like 100 customers will get you to that if they're average customers. So, and with this internet marketing machine that Matt is creating, he's basically projecting that this will bring in tens of thousands of customers per day eventually within the next 6 to 12 months. And so there is a huge potential here. And let me show you a little bit about the shopping portal here that Doobly has then. So as you can see, when I clicked on the shopping mall, now I'm in the US shopping portal. And let's see if we can find some good stores here. Go to department stores. You can see we have Bloomingdale's, we have BJ's, we have Dillard's, we have Kmart, Macy's, Nordstrom's. As you can see, QVC. There are a lot of stores here that you probably recognize, and even brands like Apple are in this. So let's go look at Apple. Apple has their Apple Store in here, and you can, as you can see here, you can join as a free member and earn 1% cash back. Then you can upgrade to Premium or VIP, and if you're a Premium, you get 5% cash back, and the VIP you get 7% cash back with Apple, which is pretty incredible because Apple never almost give discounts or have sales on their products, and they're also usually quite expensive products, highly priced, so that you can basically get a significant amount of cash back when you are shopping with them. And as I said, there are a lot of places that 4,000 stores in the US when you can get this cash back, and the average customer is basically saving getting $900 in cash back per year. And as the referrer to the customer, we are earning a matching 25% commission based on their cash back. So that's where the big money is in this, because Doobly is looking to get, and with the help of us and us, the affiliates and the business associates, looking to get millions and millions of people in the US market coming in and becoming a member over the next year, because it's a mass market, as you know, to save money, and a lot of people want to save money, and they don't have a good economy and they don't have a good finances. A lot of people, they want to save as much as they can, so they're searching for all these coupons and deals and all that online, and then they will come across Doobly. That's the intention with our project. And it's not just shopping like retail shops, it's also like travel and hotels.com and Priceline and Marriott, Courtyard, Hertz, car rentals, and Best Western, Expedia. As you can see, there are a lot of different types of stores in this. So and the memberships, basically you can get a free membership and you get a certain amount of cash back, and then the premium membership is $4.95 per month, and then you'll get 4% extra annual cash back. And as a VIP, $99 per year in the US, and it's €49.50 if you are in Europe and Sweden. And yeah, you earn an extra 6% monthly cash back from the stores if you are a VIP member. So what a lot of people discover is that they can save a lot more money when they're becoming a VIP member, because they're already shopping online on all these places, and if they just continue to shop, they can they can still get the cash back and don't need to change their habits, shopping habits. So they found that it's very worth to become a VIP. So I heard a number that 80% of the people were upgrading to VIP. I'm not sure in which country that was, or if it was worldwide, but it is a lot of people that are upgrading for sure. So I think that's about it. I want to show. Do you want me to show anything else regarding this, Sanna or Christopher or Denise?
I just like to mention one thing, John, is about the company Doobly.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like Scott there when he mentioned that when he first saw it, and I have also had prospects that I watched the presentation, and they said immediately, "Oh, I know that company. It's been around. It's not for me. I'm not going to look at it." But to be honest, the Doobly, the company has been around now for, I don't know, a total of 11 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But in another shape and form than it is now. The shape it is in now with the cashback system as a product has been around for about 2 years, yeah? 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's what I have my understanding. And they launched in 2012, I believe, sometime. Yeah.
Yeah, and also, I mean, there are a lot of or other companies that offers cashback, but as far as I'm concerned, and what I know about this project is that they had this team of experts got to choose between different companies to work with, and they actually chose to work with Doobly because of the vision that the company has. The vision on the company, I don't know, you know more about the vision about the company, but to make most millionaires in the world, and I think Microsoft has the record now, creating most millionaires in the world. So that's a pretty big vision as the company has.
And I'd actually like to add something here, just kind of going off from what you just said, Christopher. You know, you're talking about Microsoft, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's rewind the script here and go back a few years. Let me ask you, if somebody came up to you and said, "Hey, I found this great company that you really want to get involved with, called Microsoft," right? Now, these guys, Doobly, have they want to create more millionaires than Microsoft did, right? And Microsoft is the largest company in the world to create the most millionaires. So if you kind of put 2 and 2 together and you look at that, now you add in what we're doing with WooCard. See, Doobly is great on its own. And this is the way that I kind of look at it in my mind and how I see the vision of this. Doobly is a great product. Doobly is absolutely amazing, right? Great product, great everything. But see, what I know to be true is you can have a great product, you can have something that just is absolutely amazing, but if nobody knows about it, it ain't going to sell. Nobody's going to buy it. That's where WooCard comes in. That's where our team comes in. That's why you're here listening to our voices right now. It's because of WooCard is why they're going to finally make that dream of the Doobly founders come true, to be one of the largest companies in the world that created the most millionaires. Because the marketing team behind WooCard and you and me and every single person that's on this hangout, we are all kind of the machine that's going to be making that marketing machine work. And then you get to allow 8-figure earners who know what they're doing to be able to outrank, every single person on the internet when they say, you know what, I want to take a vacation to Wichita, Kansas. I want to go to Wichita, Kansas for whatever. So they type in their search, look in the search for hotels in Wichita, Kansas, and up pops a little video in Google And see, I used to do SEO, so I understand what people search for and what they look for and all this stuff. You see all these different things, this whole big long list, and they see this video. And it's this little cartoon video, and it makes them, huh? So the person's instantly going to click on that. Why? Because it's the only thing that stands out. People are visual when it comes to the internet, right? You see a whole long list of stuff, and then all of a sudden you see this video. What are you going to click on? You're going to click on the video. So you're going to watch that video, and that video is going to say, "Hi, this is Amy, and Amy, she had problems trying to find, she wanted to go to Wichita, Kansas, and this little bit of a story, click below, and if you click down below, then you can learn how you can sign up for this free service and get cash back if you're planning to go to Wichita anyway, because we'll give you cash back for your flights and for your trip, your whole entire trip, for your hotel stay and all that stuff. So if you can picture that happening, that's going to happen across the whole entire internet within the next 2 years. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you right now, if you pay attention to what we've been saying this whole time, is that timing is critical. After 2 years, this window will no longer be open. The faster you get in now, the more money you will make. Of course, you have to actually do something, right? That's why they call it network marketing. It's not net wish marketing, right? You got to do stuff. But the tasks are very simple, and as you can see, we're just average people. We don't walk on water and glow in the dark. Lasers don't shoot out of our eyes or anything. We're just average people. And the thing is that we have a little bit of passion. We want to see other people succeed. And once you've had some success, there's nothing better than seeing some colleagues and some friends, people that you know and care about, that seeing them succeed and seeing the light bulb just coming on in their eyes when they realize that today was the day that marked the next beginning of their future. And you actually have the chance to do that when you join us today. So anyway, back to you guys.
Yeah, and like somebody said in another hangout that I listened to, is that as it was presented to them, like, this is the day that you're going to think back at, like, you never need to worry about money again from this day. That's a huge, bold statement, but I believe that could very well be true if you're joining us with this right now, because what we are going to do, what Doobly is going to do, what WooCar is going to do with Doobly. Doobly is just product, but WooCar is the internet marketing addition to that project or to that product, so that's going to help it out on the market. And what we have here is basically going to explode over the next 2 years, and we're going to, I believe, getting over hundreds of millions of customers, and that's also the vision of Doobly, is to get hundreds of millions of customers all over the world. We have customers in every country already, but we want to basically get into all markets and dominate all markets with helping people getting cash back. So I believe we can do that, and definitely believe we can do that with what we have in our hands. And yeah, and if anybody wants to add anything to this, I mean, if you are interested in joining us in this, there are a couple of different options you have, but there are basically 2 packages, starter packages that we won't go into details on them here, but you can contact us, any of us, after this hangout, and we will tell you more about those options and how you can get involved with this, because this is, I've never seen anything like this. This is such an incredible thing. I've never seen my team members, the people that I brought in, succeeding so fast. So many people succeeding so fast. Occasionally, in my previous companies, I've seen people succeeding very fast as well, but there's only been 1 or 2 people like coming in every now and then. But this, I mean, I see, well, a lot of people in my team succeeding very quickly, and that's so rewarding to see as well. And they're making money and very excited. So do you want to add anything, Denise, or?
Yeah, I think I just want to add the fact that it's, I don't know if it's been mentioned yet, but that the fact that Doobly is global, it's a global opportunity and available to everybody. We have teammates from all, I guess, I don't know if we mentioned that some of you are in other countries and continents, but just that, yeah, we have teammates that are across the world, India and Africa, and it's just amazing that, and we've created this community to make it feel like we're so close, the WooCar community. So that's been awesome also, the camaraderie and just working together.
Yeah.
Just wanted to add that.
What about you, Krister?
Well, I'm gonna continue on that one because we have quite a few listeners now in Sweden and rest of Europe, and I have people approaching me and says, well, we don't have a mall in Sweden, we don't have a mall in Norway. How am I supposed to use this? How am I supposed to promote this company when there's no market or when there's no mall? And well, first of all, some people actually expect them to sign up for Doobly to be a customer and then stop shopping and then make a lot of money. You're not going to make a huge lot of money to do that as a customer yourself. You can do that as well. I did. I mean, I actually booked some hotels and I booked some rental cars through the system, and it gave me about $400 in cash back, which is nice to have, but you don't have to do that. But I mean, like it's been mentioned before, Doobly has a great vision, and we're entering into the biggest consumer market in the world, U.S. market, and they're putting all the focus on the U.S. market. We have malls, shopping malls all over Europe, and I believe that Doobly is going to expand in Europe as we go along, but for now they're going to focus on the U.S. market, and with the product that WooCar has presented to us, you don't need to focus on the customer side. Actually, you don't have to worry about getting customers into this, because it's just gonna, like John said, if you're willing to invest some time in this and to actually help with some simple tasks, you're going to be able to take part of this huge project that these guys have set up for us. So you're not going to be, you don't have to worry about that part. So that's what I have to say about this whole thing.
Yeah. Sana, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I'll watch the replay. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is not about Doobly. Well, Doobly has a great product, but this is not about you joining Doobly. In case you misunderstood anything from this hangout, this is about a much bigger thing than that. This is about the product that's gonna help a lot of people get introduced to Doobly, but also help a lot of people create a passive income for themselves over the next few years. And we're talking about thousands upon thousands of people that will make a full-time income from this. Maybe tens and hundreds of thousands of people, I don't know, but there are going to be a lot of people that will make a lot of money from this. So with that, Scott, do you have any final words for this, for us today?
Well, I say get back to the person who got you here, make sure all your questions are answered, and then get started. Because in my, gosh, I got started in this industry since 2001. Yeah. And I've never seen anything like this in my more than a decade of experience. You know, typically, one of the biggest challenges is most people, in order to really succeed in this industry, a lot of times there's so many factors that come into play. A lot of it is personality. Some of it is, a lot of it is also who you know. That's a big one. And then you know, just being able to have a good work ethic, which is always good. But you know, you have to also be able to sell. You know. And if you suck at selling, it's pretty difficult. You know, I used to suck at selling. You know, the coolest thing here is you don't have to try to find a problem to solve. You know, everybody already has this problem. You know, it's you know, usually the typical sales process is, you know, you have to find a problem, then you have to build rapport, then, you know, present the solution, give them a reason to buy, and then give them a, you know, a special type offer, and then have a time frame so that they miss out if they, you know, don't get started now. And you know, that's just kind of the quick and dirty sales process. Well, usually you have to try to sell a person on the fact that they have a problem, you know, and to get them saying, yes, you know, I have that problem. Yes, okay, well, here's your solution, you know. So you're trying to basically sell something out of thin air. And with this, you don't have to. I mean, it's literally, it's like, do you want to pay retail or do you want cash back? You know, You're gonna go buy some, like me. I'm into bodybuilding. You know, I know you can't quite tell with the sweatshirt I have on, but you know, when I buy a lot of supplements, right? I know bodybuilders that buy a lot of supplements. Well, would you rather go to GNC and pay full retail price, or would you rather get the same dang thing anyway, and you know, pick it up at the same store you're going to buy it anyway, and this time you just get cash back? I mean, it's like it's a no-brainer is basically what I'm saying. So it's very, very easy to see why this is just moving so quickly, you know, and customers come on board, and person who is a business mind, who's an entrepreneur and sees the vision of something that is like this, where it has mass appeal. You know that the more people that you can affect change with, even if the change is just, you know, just giving them a little bit of cash back. People love deals. I'm a deal guy. I don't pay retail for anything, you know. So I'll do whatever, you know. I'll go shopping in the store and then come back and buy it online, you know. You know, that's how I am. You know, right there in the store, I'll sit there and go on my phone and see if I can get a better deal.
Yeah. I do the same thing.
Yeah. So, you know, and that's, you guys, trust me on this. This is going to be the norm. People are going to go into Best Buy or wherever store, and they're going to sit there, and right in front of the sales rep, they're going to go, okay, hold on just a sec. All right. Looks like I can get it here. Okay, I'll go ahead and buy it right here on my phone. And, you know, I mean, that's the way that things are going. And so, you know, people can have either one of two options. When there's a phase of change that happens in the market, anything that happens, any wave, there's always two different types of people. There's the people that recognize that change and they get in front of the wave before it happens, and then there's the other type of people that are behind the curve, behind the wave, and they're playing catch-up, and they always wonder why it is that they never seem to get that big break, or they never seem to get ahead. You know, the fascinating thing was, you know, in the Great Depression, you know, they always talk about all the losses that happened in the Great Depression. They always talk about the people that you know, that never you know, they suffered. They had a very bad, hard times, but they never mention about the people who made unbelievable amount of wealth that was created from the Great Depression, because they understood where all the money was going. They understood where everything was going at that point in time. Well, guys, right now, the quickest way to be able to create unbelievable wealth, this is the dumbed down version. Get in front of where the money is already being spent. That's it. That's the secret to wealth. If you look at it, you look at the baby boom population. Where was, you know, when baby boomers first started coming out? I'm sorry, I get on these little tangents. Just bear with me for 2 minutes. I mean, it's really important stuff when you grasp the where this is coming from, guys. Because here's what I know to be true. You get in front of where the money is being spent, you make a lot of money. That's the way that it is. Take, for instance, baby boom population. Why were there so many multi-millionaires created from real estate? It's not now. It was back when the baby boomers were all searching for houses, right? Mm-hmm. Then there was the minivan, right? anybody who, oh, they need something to tote all their kids around, now all of a sudden the minivan was huge, right? Well, now you guys, all the industrial age is gone, right? The only thing about the industrial age is to create the products to make a better life for ourselves, a better lifestyle, make things easier, right? But we're in the information age, right? Information to buy all the stuff that we want to buy when we want to buy them. And so now we have a product that's designed so perfectly that it's not going to interrupt your natural flow of daily life. It's just going to do nothing but improve it, give you cash back, and if you're a savvy business person, you can see where the trends are going. You just get in front of the trends at the right place at the right time, and you can write your own ticket for the rest of your life. So that's
Very well
all.
said. Yeah.
Very well. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Scott, and thank you all on the panel that have been with us tonight. So get with the person that invited you here, and we will be happy to tell you more about this and answer your questions if you have any. So hope you're having a good evening or great day wherever you are, and bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.